Okay, so now that we have the web interface installed and running, let's see how we can use it to interact with BetterCap and launch all of the attacks that I showed you before without having to type any commands. And as you can see, we have a very simple and easy to use interface. There is no more commands that we have to run, even though we can run commands here through the command line. Right here, we have the event log. So this is similar to what you see in here in the terminal, but it's in a much nicer interface. You can use the search bar here to filter if you're looking for a specific log or for a specific event. And you can actually click any event type to mute it, so you won't see any of that event on screen. All of this is happening in here in the events menu. The next useful page would be the LAN page right here, which will show you all the devices connected to the network. So this is similar to when we used to do net.So. As you can see right now, we only have the router, which is at 10.0.2.1, and my current computer, which is 10.0.2.15. This is Kali. Now, as you know before, we had to start the net.recon and net.probe to discover all of the devices on the same network. So in here, instead of writing the commands, all you have to do is click on this play button to start the net.probe and click on this play button to start the net.recon. You'll get nice notifications in here. And as you can see, we managed to discover all of the connected devices. You can also see in here we have a nice tag to tell us that this is the gateway and a nice tag telling us that this is our computer. And the devices that we discovered are these two devices. And you can see this is my MS Edge device, the Windows machine that we have always been targeting. Again, because this is a very simple web interface, you won't have to type anything. You can click on this little arrow right here beside the machine, beside the IP. You can either scan this machine for ports or add it to your spoofing targets. So you won't have to set arpspoof.targets to this IP. All you have to do is literally click here and it's automatically added to the ARP spoof. Not only that, but we'll see a nice little window in here to configure our ARP spoofer. And remember, we used to set this option to true, the full duplex. So all I have to do now is just click here to check it. And to start the spoofer, all I have to do is click on start spoofing and done. Now we should be spoofing the target. As you can see, we also see a nice icon in here beside this IP to tell us that at the moment we are spoofing this IP, telling it that we are the gateway. So now if I go to my target and just do ARPA, you can see that the router's MAC address has changed to the MAC address of the Kali machine, which is this one. So that means that we are properly spoofing this device, telling it that we are the router, and we managed to become the man in the middle. Now, I've actually showed you how to do all of this before in details, so if you don't remember any of this or if any of this feels strange, then please go back and revise the lectures where I covered these things. Now, I also showed you how to bypass HTTPS and partially bypass HSTS using a caplet. Again, we have a nice menu here for caplets. And as you can see, we have all of the caplets currently available with BetterCap. And all you have to do is just click on the caplet that you want to run. And in my case, it's the HSTS hijack caplet. Also, if you remember, when we were modifying this caplet, we used to have to open the location where the caplets are installed and then open the caplet in a text editor and then modify its options. Whereas in here, you can literally modify any options you want within this menu. Click on the disk icon right here to save, and then click on play to run this caplet. And as you can see, you get nice notifications telling you that everything got executed as expected. And right now, we can go ahead and test this. So if I go here and just clear the browsing data as usual, and then if I just go to a normal HTTPS page, such as stackoverflow.com, you'll see that this will load over HTTP. So we can log in and we should be able to get the username and password as I showed you before. And we can test the partial HSTS bypass. So if I go to google.ie and search for Facebook, click on the first result. And perfect, as you can see, it's loading over normal HTTP here again. So if I log in, the information will be captured by my sniffer. So as you can see, it is very, very easy to edit caplets and even run them through this web interface. You can also run all of the other plugins through the advanced menu in here. So for example, if you wanted to start the sniffer, all you have to do is just scroll down here looking for the sniffer. And we have it right here, net.sniff. If I click on that, as you can see on top, it's telling us it's not running. And right here, instead of running the commands, all you have to do is just click on the command that you want to run. Not only that, but if you wanted to modify any of the options, again, all you have to do is just type whatever you want to modify in here, click on the save in here, and then run the command that you want to run. So if I wanted to start the sniffer now, all I have to do is just click on net.sniff on, and this will start the sniffer for me. Now, the sniffer combined with the nice events that we can get in here makes it easier to filter through the data that we capture, but it's still not the best way to filter through the captured data. I will cover how to properly sniff data and filter it using Wireshark, which is the best tool for sniffing and filtering data. But again, this web interface right here provides a nicer way of interacting and using BetterCap. Now, I didn't show you how to use the Wi-Fi, the BLE, the HID, and the Poison menus because we actually did not use any of these modules previously, so I just wanted to focus on showing you how to do everything we've done so far using this interface. Like I said, it is easier to use, I agree, but once you get used to the terminal interface, it will be just as easy as this one. To me, it's more organized, it can be used to achieve my goals much quicker, it uses less resources, and it's faster. That's why I prefer using it over the web interface, and if it wasn't for showing you how to use the web interface, I wouldn't even install it. But at the end of the day, I wanted to show you both options, and obviously you're free to use whatever is easier for you.